Hi, I'm Skip Nipper. Welcome to Skip's Corner, the podcast where I tell you about not only Nashville's great baseball history and traditions,
shot to right, a one-hop liner,
but certainly about its past. And you will hear a little bit about its present and future, too.
Yes, he can. It makes the waist-high catch.
There are great stories about Tom Wilson Park, Herschel Greer Stadium, Sulphur Dell, and the players, coaches, and fans who love everything about baseball. And every once in a while, you will get to hear from a special guest who will share their fondness and even passion for the great game.
The high fly ball down the right field corner, going way back, hits a lead-off home run.
Word has come of the passing of one of Nashville's best all-time pitchers, and his name was Bob Kelly. His obituary begins by saying, Bob went to the diamond in the sky on Wednesday, November the 27th, 2024, at the age of 97. That was just a few days ago. It goes on to say he lived a full and robust life with his wife, Sandra, his high school classmate, whom he married on November the 25th, 1949. They had 7 children, 16 grandchildren, and 13 great-grandchildren. And I want to tell you a little bit more about him, about his baseball career. Robert Edward Bob Kelly was born the only child to Norma and Edward Kelly on October the 4th, 1927, in Cleveland, Ohio. He was raised there in Cleveland and, as a star pitcher, led Shaw High School to a state and city baseball championship in 1944. Kelly attended Purdue University, where he played baseball in 1946 and 1947, and also attended Ohio University and Western Reserve College. He was drafted into the Army in 1946 and discharged the next year in 1947, but while serving, he signed a professional baseball contract with the Chicago Cubs, beginning a pro baseball career that spanned almost 11 years. 4 with the Cubs, the rest with the Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Indians in Major League Baseball and in the minor leagues, too. His proudest achievement was pitching 2 complete game shutouts against the Philadelphia Phillies and the Cincinnati Reds in 1952. Now, he began his pro career with Des Moines in the Western League in 1948 and bounced between Los Angeles in the Pacific Coast League, Springfield, Massachusetts in the International League, and the Cubs until 1954, when he joined Indianapolis, a Cleveland farm club in the American Association. But Kelly was in Nashville for 2 seasons before his career ended in 1958. He led the Southern Association in losses and hits allowed, which was 289 in 1956, but also in games started and strikeouts in 1957, and led the league in wins, complete games, and innings pitched. Until his passing, he was the last surviving major leaguer managed by Rogers Hornsby and Frankie Frisch. Now, he and his wife moved to East Lyme, Connecticut in 1969, where he coached East Lyme freshman baseball, Babe Ruth, and Niantic Legion teams, and worked in human resources at Electric Boat for many years, retiring in 1993. He was a faithful member and past president of Christ Lutheran Church, where he made many lasting friendships. But let me tell you about a couple of highlights of his time in Nashville. I said it earlier, but I want to repeat it. In 38 games in 1956, he was 13-16 with a 3.63 ERA. But he had 15 complete games out of 38 with 2 shutouts and 289 innings and 180 strikeouts. But in 1957, he also appeared in 38 games, but this time he was 24-11 with a slightly higher ERA at 3.82. And he had 22 complete games with 4 shutouts, and in 259 innings had 185 strikeouts. He was a pretty powerful presence on the mound for the Nashville Vols. Dick Sisler was his manager that season. And there are a couple of highlights from that year. On June the 30th, 1957, he got his 16th win, and it was his 9th in a row, and he only had 3 losses. That night, Nashville topped Little Rock 5-2. And a few weeks later, through July the 10th, 1957 games, he led the Southern Association with a 2.75 ERA. And his record for the season up to that point included 16 wins against 5 losses in 22 appearances, and by that time had 115 strikeouts in 157 innings pitched. At the same time, Nashville outfielder Stan Palis led in batting with a .391 average. Outfielder Don Nicholas was second at .352. Player-manager Dick Sisler was third at .344. And catcher Dutch Daurer was seventh at .319. They had a pretty good hitting lineup in 1957. But the interesting part about that is all 5, including Kelly, were chosen to the league's all-star team and are joined by Vols pitcher Jerry Davis. Now, 10 days later, on July the 20th, 1957, after failing to get his 17th win in 3 consecutive starts, Bob Kelly switched his jersey number to 17 for that game against Chattanooga and struggled through 11 innings as the Vols finally take the win 7-6. And the victory broke Nashville's losing streak at 5 games and the Lookouts' winning streak at 6. Bob Kelly, right-handed pitcher with the best season of his career in 1957 with Nashville, dead at the age of 97.